the call. So, okay, perfect.
No worries.
Yeah, we could totally do that. So right now, to my knowledge, all we've gotten is the logo files in the
Yeah,
Dropbox.
so I've been compiling other stuff. Like I've got, excuse me, just product pictures that I think is what you would like or need for like a website, like just like, those stock kind of images are kind of taken with like white backgrounds with all the gear.
Yep.
Individually, all the snowshoes, all that. I've been compiling a list. I've gone through my hard drives, and Graham's actually up right now on the north side of Garibaldi for a couple of days getting some pictures. I've been getting some pictures out
Nice.
this summer as well. So we've been doing that. We've been able just to kind of lend some gear out to friends and have them take some pictures with it when they go out camping and stuff. So yeah, we've been kind of getting that kind of stuff. It's a little vague in terms of what, like, it's kind of the uncertainty for us of what exactly we're going to need in terms of all these pictures, exactly kind of the framing that's going to work and where we're going to put them. Is just more for social media? If it's more for the website, like we're still a little uncertain on that.
As I say, if I recall, you didn't want a full catalog of every piece because it was going to be changing so much. So rather than us having like a shopping cart where they could literally pick that particular tent in that sleeping bag, which you may not have, it was more general to get them on a call and fill in an order form, and then you fulfill that request that way, right?
No, I don't believe so. It may have been miscommunicated before. I don't doubt that, but no, we're trying to keep it more all online. We've stuck to having the same types of tents. We've been pretty uniform in all our orders, so we have all our tents the same. For like all the 3-person tents are all the same, and we've done write-ups, tech specs, and done our own personal testing on them for waterproofing to give a bit of an insider knowledge on each type and whatnot. So that's what we were doing this summer.
Very good.
So we've got that. I can send that to you. I have that all in in a Google Doc.
Perfect. Yeah, because we haven't got anything like that. And then the idea was then if you had a credit card system set up so that people can buy online, we'll need to interface that. And then we looked at creating an email newsletter list, so we could everybody that came to the website, we could try and capture their email so that they may not be ready to buy today, but at least you can give them monthly newsletters and specials, and we can do that too.
Exactly. So it was that, and I remember because the two things, like, you gave me the quote, which was all good. I do have a different credit card though. I've got I remember when we were talking, I didn't have my other credit card on me, but I got the business card all set. So I'd rather just change the billing to that one. I'll remember that.
No problem.
What was I saying there? You were just talking
about getting the credit card details so they can buy online through your account.
Oh, right. Yeah. Your quote there. I remember you said that the incentive wasn't included in that, as well as there was a option to have like an author kind of do more of the write-ups for all the blog stuff. We could have that too. I just thought it'd be, as professional as I am and good at English, I just don't think I can, I think I'd rather have somebody who knows what they're doing.
No problem at all. Yeah. We've got people that can do that happily. Yeah. So, obviously we got the website names that we bought. We've got the logo that we bought. So the initial offer is going to be into the snowshoe season then.
Yeah. So I bought a van last week.
Cool.
And got it all deckled up. On Tuesday it goes into the shop and that's all set. So that's going to be kind of a big, billboard for us as we're driving around doing deliveries and whatnot.
That's excellent.
Yeah. So ideally, we'd like to get right away in terms of at least like if we can build like a proper website. Of course, I know it takes time, but if we can at least build something like a little more supplemental, just have it kind of more just the snowshoes, kind of an easier one right now while we obviously build, because I know it's going to take months, but if we could have something quicker that's just kind of more geared and at least it lets people know maybe about us and what we're doing, kind of just a soft launch for the winter.
And have you worked out the pricing of the rentals and deposits and stuff?
Yeah. So, I mean, for this winter, it's going to be a big question mark, but just in terms of, prices and competitiveness, like we just thought, all right, well, we have snowshoes and poles, so we're just going to do $20 a day each and just kind of see where it goes from there. And like I said, it's just going to be this winter. Hopefully we're just trying to get more exposure than anything.
Well, the good thing is snowshoeing is COVID friendly, right? Because you're out and about and that's a really good idea.
It's super easy to sanitize them. We made sure all our handles are plastic so we can easily sanitize them. And
right on. That's really smart thinking. Yeah. Okay. And how much inventory will you have? Should we actually put in a number of pieces that you have so people can see what's available size wise and whatever? I guess snowshoes is pretty simple because they just strap on, right?
Yeah. So the the shoe size is like universal unless you're like Shaquille O'Neal or like I guess somebody else with tiny feet. I don't know, but like yeah, they're pretty. The shoe size is pretty universal because they're all binding, so you can tighten them up around your boot if your toe doesn't go as far or whatever.
My pen just my pen.
Yep, no worries.
Okay, the pen. Right. Okay. Sizing. Okay.
And so the one issue is weight, which right now our snowshoes realistically, like I mean, if you're heavier, you can do it, but we don't want to at least promise anything over like 190 pounds on the shoe. However, we bought tails that go on the snowshoe that'll add an extra like 60 pounds. So you can get up to about 250 pounds on them.
Oh, so the weight of the like I'm what am I 210?
Yep.
So that would I would need a tail because of my weight then?
You would and you wouldn't. Like you don't have to. It's just going to be more enjoyable. Like you're just going to stay on top of that. You're just going to disperse the weight better if you had them. You know what I mean?
Okay. Oh, interesting.
So,
I did not. I've only snowshoed once. So I've never had any experience really. So that's interesting. Okay, so we got to get that option in too.
Yeah, and I'll double check on the exact weight. Like the thing is, like if you are, over the weight by like 10, 20, like even you're gonna. It's just how much weight gets dispersed over the snow. So regardless, it's gonna help. Regardless of how heavy you are, it's just ideally once you cross that kind of threshold, the tail is just gonna add more weight distribution. That's all.
Got it. Nope. And is there there's no extra charge for that though?
That's what we were thinking is if we maybe do $1 or $2 for the tails. We don't have as many tails as our issue. We don't know if that's a good idea or a bad idea. Charging extra for the tails, and ideally we wanted to go for another snowshoe as well, getting 2 types for those larger. We just didn't have the capital to go all understood. In on both of them right away.
No problem at all. No problem. Yeah, so if you could get those pictures, we can because we've done some preliminary work. We've just been waiting in the wings. So and then Perfect. With the social media itself, the Instagram predominantly and Facebook is probably your 2 platforms. How comfortable do you feel about getting on top of those?
Yeah, so Graham, I've talked to him and Graham's going to take care of most of it. He's comfortable with that. He's been he attended your
that's right, he did. Yep.
And so he's like, okay. So we went and bought some books, I think, that you recommended. So you saw him, he's read all those, and he's going to try to figure it out. So it's not something that he necessarily has a forte in. Neither do I. But that's what he's going to try to tackle. And that's
sure. And I'm happy to once he's done some posts to jump on a call and do a bit of a critique to give him some ideas to take the next level up. So we can totally do that.
Yeah. So like I said, like it's like comfortable. It's a little foreign to both of us. However, like he's down. To take
I have a friend. Her husband started a company when did he start it? In March, which was scratch that. Yeah. A year last March. And it's like a mag light for a gun sight, but he never found a mag light that was strong enough. So he bought multiple ones and he ended up manufacturing his own. So the lumen count is insane. Plus it's very robust and waterproof.
Oh, wow.
And he was not a social media guy at all. In fact, he hated social media, but started an Instagram account, got involved with some of the NRA, this in the States, some of the sheriffs, and even to the FBI level. And he is now doing over $500,000 a month.
Jeez.
From a literally zero and no social media skill with just amazing pictures on his Instagram and networking. And he could actually be doing more. It's just he can't make them fast enough with components coming in from the Far East or whatever. All Instagram. So it's just I think it's. Let me just see the name of the account. I'll maybe send you a link to it just to see what he literally started at zero, and he's left his job now and made this full time already because it's worked out that well. Bear with me a second. I think it was Maglite. No, it's not. I'll find it and I'll send you a link because that's a model that we could look at, and he's done so not that many products, but unbelievable success with this strategy. So let's look, watch and learn, right?
Mhm.
Okay, great. So when can you get us the pitches and so obviously, what are you using for a credit card? Is it PayPal or what have you got set up?
What do you mean? Sorry,
For people to be able to pay you?
I don't have anything signed up.
Okay, so that's the next thing is we need to get a credit card interface for a business credit card. PayPal is the easiest one to do. It's not the cheapest. Costco has some great deals. It's all Square. I mean, they all have a credit card interface, but we'll need to get that going to be able to once they get to the shopping cart to be able to buy it online, right?
Yeah, sorry. So this is for the like
If they did
for
the snowshoe, and not for you and me. No. This is for customers coming to the site.
so, and this is for the interface. So once you go on the website, you check
Yep.
out, and
Yep.
then you go to buy it. Okay, and then that accepts like Visa, MasterCard.
Depends on which package. I mean, some of them accept more than that as well, like Discover, and you're probably not going to get many Americans coming up, but a lot of Americans use Discover or American Express. But if it's all Canadian, then Visa, MasterCard is ideal. The other
Yeah,
way, I mean, you might want to
obviously,
even incur e-transfer, which will save you a lot of money.
Yep. Yeah, especially at the beginning. I mean, again, doing a little research. I mean, before COVID, obviously, there's a huge industry for like people from America or wherever, like other countries coming here, and then like that's where a huge amount of rentals come from, as tourists rather than locals just don't tend to rent. It's just never on the mind, right?
Yep.
But obviously, right now,
it's all local.
Yeah, like you're not getting any internationals coming up.
No, I understand totally. Yeah, no, we can. Yeah, so maybe ask Dad which credit card company he uses for Elite, because he might be able to get you a deal because he's already got a relationship with somebody there.
And so
if
is that
not,
separate from the website? Do I have to have that
completely separate? Yeah, completely separate.
So get that all set up.
It's very much geared because of privacy that you can't retain people's credit cards on file typically in this kind of thing. So they go through like PayPal, and you'll see the last 4 numbers, but all the other 12 will be X'd out. And then if they paid a security deposit, and then you can refund that back to them as part of that. So that's what we'll need to get. Yeah. Still trying to find that light to show you, but it's not coming up easy. But I will find it and send it back to you. His name is Corey.
Yeah, no, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, and we can typically a couple of weeks. If we've got everything, we can have something up in terms of the first page and the functionality, and then we can soft launch, as you say, with sending people on social media and then getting their emails as well, so that as and when they're ready or they've tried once, that we have a little checkbox that say, can we keep your email on file to let you know about future offers?
Yeah.
So we have that little checkbox actually on the website and get them to check that for a permission thing. So yeah.
So the other question is then on, like, it's going to be obviously like more of like a booking site because you're booking the rentals, right? That's what I'm assuming.
Yeah, with a calendar. Yeah.
How do we have an interface so we don't overlap in terms of where we can deliver it, where we can like meet? Because that's kind of the logistics right now. Is like if we want to be able to drop things off to people, that's great. But I can't drop something off at 8 o'clock in Maple Ridge and 8:15 in North Van. You know
Not
what I mean?
at all. Yeah. No. Good question.
So is there a way to interface it where if like you first click in your region and then like if it's open, like then obviously that calendar shows at 9 they can do there, and that kind of blocks off. Then somebody else in Maple Ridge can obviously reserve at 9:30. But if then you're North Van, the next one doesn't start till like 10. You know what I mean? Type of thing. Is there a way?
Will you have a scaled delivery fee for distance as well, or is it a flat fee?
Yeah. So that's kind of where. Yeah, that's kind of the conundrum right now is, especially at the start. Like it's like, do we try like if we lose a bit of money but gain customers for this like winter? Like it's okay, right? Like we're just trying to get. We don't want to steer everybody away, but we can't lose too much money.
No, I understand that. No, so we look at. So you might be So you're going to personally deliver everything right now.
Well, that's kind of where if we can have sort of drop zones or meet zones, but then where is that an official or presentable stop? But you don't want to be.
Yeah, because like the COVID right now, like the Amazon deliveries that we get home now, they don't knock on the door. They literally drop it on the doorstep, take a photograph, and email you the photo because of that lack of contact sort of thing. So I guess we've got to be conscious of like skip the dishes and all that. They all just do it at a distance, don't they?
Yeah, like we I mean, obviously we have we'll wear masks and all that.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal too. We just want to also be able to explain to people how to use them. Just It's a common like, oh, how do you put these on? How do you use them? Right.
So some simple tutorial videos.
Exactly, and we want to. I think Graham was making some little infographics that we'll put with, especially when it comes to tents and stuff, how to set stuff up. Just the simple stuff. I mean, snowshoes are pretty simple, but like again, it's just like, oh, what way do you put your foot in? How to use the televator, and that's pretty much it. What height do you put the poles? Help like just show them that, which can all be done at a like a reasonable distance, like 6 feet apart or whatever.
But if you make some YouTube videos and they get to watch those when they get their order, that's going to be really good. And then they get to hear your voice and your characters as well. Yeah. Okay. I'll have to check about the delivery logistics, because that's not something. I'm sure Lindsay will have a better idea on that, because typically what we've done, we've only booked single appointments, and typically it is for curbside pickup. So everybody has been coming to that location, so the timing has been easy. I haven't done any of late where we actually deliver it different places, different times. I'm sure there'll be a system set up for it, but I will have to find out what that looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
exactly.
I work on that.
Okay, yeah, because I mean, there's options like, do you have, if you certain trailheads, like if it was like, okay, if you want to be doing I don't know, Hollyburn between 8 and 9, the van will be there for pickups, and Golden Ears between 10 and 11. You can pick, something like that. I don't know. Then you just meet at the trailhead. It's kind of that weird sense of we want to be able to deliver the service, but we don't have a retail front. Like I've looked. I just don't think it makes sense for me to dump the kind of capital in kind of in a front right now. Like,
especially if they lock down retail again. I mean, you've committed to that lease, and we had a client who signed documents for a lease in January, and she doesn't know if it's quite a lot of tenant improvements, but she doesn't think she'll be opening until this January, because for 4 months there was just no bylaws being passed for planning, and now she's got it. She's trying to get the subs, and it's ridiculous. So she's paid a year's worth of lease for literally nothing. Yeah, I get it.
And it's one of those things, but then at the same time, like you said, if it is kind of hard then to do a complete delivery, like there's no place, because we're just a big van. It's like just meet us in a parking lot. Like, it just doesn't seem.
I know, it seems pretty sketchy in that way, doesn't it? Yeah.
Exactly.
Once you get a reputation, if you say it's you're meeting at where it is, Park Royal, the base of Grouse or whatever, at 8 a.m. on a Saturday, and you got 20 orders. Well, that's awesome. But I guess the mountains, like the Grouse and stuff, probably rent this kind of stuff themselves. So you want to get them before they go to the resort, right?
Exactly. We want to get it before it goes to the resort, and the convenience of so they're not having to go way out of their way. And plus, there's other areas where off-resort stuff. Like, there's tons of trails around here, which is a big thing that we're trying to do right now, is map out all these trails so that we also have a plethora of options. So if you want to go snowshoeing, well, you don't have to go on Cypress with 800 other people.
That's true.
There's a nice easy trail, next thing we can show them a trail up Burnaby Mountain on the back that's just quiet. There's no resort there. You just rent the snowshoes. You have a nice scenic walk up, It's stuff like that.
Yes, yeah. Obviously avoiding the backcountry that's not allowed, but...
no, totally. It'll all be fun country, and the BC Mountaineering Club's got
I know Debbie has an app that we use to try and find hiking trails right now, which are ones that you wouldn't normally know about, but she's finding them all the time for us, and they're fantastic.
And which one is that?
I have to ask her. We've used it right across BC. I'm tempted to say Easy Trails, but
there's all trails. There's van trails. Club Forum or Club Tread, is kind of what all the more enthusiasts use. It's kind of more of a bare bones, but that kind of jazz. But that's sort of something that we'd like to also be able to incorporate, just the knowledge. So find you a trail and give you the snowshoes or the tents or whatever.
All right, I'll write this up as a Word doc, and we'll await for your uploads, and we'll get going.
So what exactly then would you like from me right now? Just
three things we're going to need is the credit card interface, so that people can actually buy stuff.
Okay.
The photographs of the product that we're putting in to begin with, and the descriptions. And then we can set up the MailChimp for you, but we'll need to set up the email database as well, so we can start collecting people's names and emails.
What's the MailChimp, sorry?
So MailChimp is it's a platform, because you know how with email now you have to subscribe and have that unsubscribe double opt-in and stuff. So MailChimp is the one that we find, and less than 2,000 names is free. So for the first year or so, you probably got no cost to your email, and then it's $20 a month or something. But that way your anti-spam is covered off. It links with either the Facebook page or the Instagram or the website. So they go straight to MailChimp. They put in their names, and they might even say, I'm interested in camping, boating, skiing. So we can actually segment the list. And then they get a welcome email back. And then every time you've got an email ready to send out, we can either target it to everybody, or we can go to niche markets if we want. And that way you're compliant with the anti-spam legislation, which is super important.
Totally. And so our emails right now are set up with G Suite. Is that something we can integrate with them too, or is that separate?
That's exactly it. So this is not an email per se. It's an email gathering tool.
Yeah. Okay.
So the G Suite is perfect. So they will. So the info, let's just say info@pika.com is what the MailChimp goes to. And then you'll log in using your G Suite if you like to get that. But MailChimp is a standalone deposit box, if you like, of emails. It's not an actual email account itself. So whichever one you want to use is totally fine. And when we send it out, it'll come from your G Suite email. So it'll look the same. So it stops people. Hopefully, it stops it going into a spam account because MailChimp is very good at not being spammy. And we need to get that too.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Just the
so maybe speak to Dad about the credit card company he uses. Okay. And if not, I would try Costco.
Costco has one? Okay.
Yeah. Costco Online have so many online. They even do home insurance now, would you believe? And travel insurance. So they have the best deals. And there's a form you have to fill in, and there's a deposit, I guess. But one of those would be the best way to go. Yeah.
Okay, so what about those like online ones you hear, like Stride or Strode or
the Stripe and the Square? You can get either of those. Typically, they're a little bit higher because they charge you $50 a month for the interface. You don't necessarily need that Interact machine because, I just do mine on my phone. Yeah. But I only pay $10. I use Moneris, and I pay $10 a month for the interface, and whatever it is, 1.78% or something. And then I just get a credit card from people, and I can either use the app and I can tap it on my phone, or I can just hand bomb the number in. But that's only if I've got the card with me. Otherwise, like when I sent you if I send you a bill and there's a link to the credit card, that goes via Moneris or PayPal or whatever, and I don't get to see the card. I just get to see the payment.
Totally. No, makes sense. Okay, that sounds great. Yeah, I'll talk to Dad and look at Costco about that. Like the pictures, I'll send that Word doc, and then is it just all in that kind of shared Dropbox folder that you sent?
That's exactly it. Yeah, I've got that open right now. So, as soon as you put anything in it, we get a notification. So.
And what type of lifestyle photo? Like, are you looking for just the whole camp and outdoor stuff? Is that what you're just looking just?
Some people. Let's remember that a lot of people look at a website now on a big TV. So we want some great pictures that are wow, but at the same time, a lot of people are going to be looking on the mobile phone. Which are very, very different. So the website's built responsively to allow for the shapes going in and out in terms of percentages of pixels. So we'll want some awesome pictures that would look great on the big screen, but then we'll just find the thumbnail of the square of that picture that we need to see on the mobile. So it's very much a lifestyle thing, as you say, and just finding that vibe of what it is. When I show you the Maglite one, you'll see that Corey's, he's getting thousands of likes on every single post. It's unbelievable. So we just have to tap into that hipster, shaved head, beard guy, wife wearing the Blundstones, big brimmed hat, exactly the type of people that are your ideal clients. They need to get to the website and think, oh, this is for me. So that's the kind of imagery that we're looking for. Yeah.
Okay. 100%. I will get that on that ASAP. You should have that easily by like tomorrow night, if not Saturday morning.
Perfect. And then we can get going on it. Thanks, brother.
Beautiful. Awesome. All right.
Drive safe. Take care.
And thanks, you too. Take care.
Okay, bye for now.